Hey, what's going on? ZeroDayJay here. It's Tuesday, April 2nd, 126 or 426, depending on if you're on the East Coast or the West Coast. The market's basically closed. Futures, we're in after hours now. Futures is going to be closed in 35 minutes. As you can see here, it's basically nothing exciting happening since the market closed at 1. But anyway, let me just go through. I'm in Apex right now. Let me go through my accounts. I'll show you what's going on. So here's 44. Stayed on script with 44 plus 470. I'll show you the chart because I'll show you what was going on today and where I made some plays. Here's 46. I was a good boy. Plus 307. Let me show you the charts. There's 45 here, and then there's 251. I'll show you what happened with those in a second, but look at the chart. Let me just show you this fucking chart. Let me go to the 15. I'm on the Qs right now, the QQQs in TradingView. If you want how to find it, if you don't know how to find it, I'm sure you do, but most people do. But if you're still new to this stuff, the QQQs are in funds on TradingView. And then obviously the NQs in futures. All right. So here is how the day was. All right, so we gapped down like awfully. I missed all of that anyway. Gap down, hit this pivot point. So here's the opening range, right? It's from 438.54 to about the orb. 438 to 440. It's like $1.70 on the Qs, right? We dipped under it, hit the pivot point, bounced, came back up, rejected basically at the top. I don't know if these green lines that are above and below the VWAP blue line is like well they're all VWAP. I guess it's just the upper and the lower band. I guess they're just different times. I don't really know. Let me look. So let's see, bands, multiplier, style, upper band, lower band. I wish I knew what that was. Maybe it's something to do with Bollinger Bands. I have no fucking idea. But either way, whatever. I've been watching that, and there's stuff happens at those upper and lower bands. Look, it bounced here. It couldn't get over the upper band. Then on the next candle, it does, but it wicks over it and then rejects and dumps down. Right. That was the first time I went to the pivot point out of the orb, thinking, oh man, it's going to just keep going down. But no, we hung out in the orb. We just literally couldn't get under this pivot point. Isn't that crazy? Those pivot points are money. Then, we just bounced around, hit VWAP state, and then we were playing in the bands. Then we came out, and this is about where I started watching it. And right about here is when I started watching it. And what I noticed was, let me go to the 5 minute. Look at this. This is the 5 minute candle. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. You're talking almost 3 hours of just going sideways, trapped in this range of, I made some trades in here because I was, my battery's dying. So this is when I started paying attention, right around here. I made some trades. I don't even know if I made any trades here. I missed that. Then it almost hits the top of the orb, rejects, comes almost all the way back down to the bottom of the orb. But where does it stop? It stops at this bottom, the lower band in the VWAP, the lower VWAP band, whatever that means, right? But there it is. Bounces, then hits VWAP, rejects off VWAP, comes back down, basically bounces off of that lower band again. Then we go through VWAP, hanging out at the top, the upper band, finally get over the upper band, right? And then we run until we hit the top orb. We squeak a little over the top orb, and then we reject back from the top orb, essentially. And I'll show you something else on the NQ that's interesting. Well, I'll tell you, and I'll show you. So what happened? So basically, the NQ, let me go to the 15. Well, let me just keep going through this. And then, we just kept this, and then that happened. And then this was the almost 3 hours, 2.5, 3 hours of just sitting in between this range of the top orb, which we couldn't get over, right? And the upper VWAP band. It just was going sideways, bouncing around between there, the top orb, rejecting the top orb, coming back to that VWAP band, back up to the top orb. Like, look at this. It's crazy. So you're watching that, and you definitely can make some trades based on that. And then we had, look what happened here. This is a channel. This is a trend line. But either way, like, it just maintained that position, and then it finally got through and over. And then we closed. Then the market closed. So let me go to the 15. I want to show you something cool. So here's the NQ on the 15. This VWAP line, this blue line is VWAP, right? Then we have the upper band, the lower band here, and the upper band here. It's a bigger range, because the NQ is dumped. That was crazy. Anyway, there's no gap up and down on the NQs when the Qs gap down, because the Qs just finally open for the day. But anyway, this line right here is the top orb on the Qs. I know it's hard to tell, but like, if you're looking at them side by side, going back and forth, this is that same spot. You see, we just kept hanging, just kept hitting our head on the top orb. Look what we kept hitting our head on. We kept hitting our head on that blue VWAP line, the VWAP or whatever. And we finally got over, and then the first time we pushed over, we hit this pivot point. So I made some trades based on that. So let me go back here and talk about this account that I had at 200, and then I fucking literally like a flip switched, and I went back to old ZeroDayJay, which is account nuking J. I was doing so good today. I played this one perfectly as well. And then I don't know what happened. I got caught up in bullshit, and I got caught up. And like right here, I was long here. I got out I can't even find the trade because like I was doing so much right in the spot. Like I got caught in the yo-yo, and look, see, I made great trades. I think I lost one. What did I do here? Where are all the trades? All right, so up 75 first trade, up 25, so basically up 100 right there. I give back 110, then I give back 155. Now I'm down like 150. Then I go down 250. I was down 400 real quick, and then I go back. I get like, so this was a great trade. I get 650 back, and I'm green like 200. All of this, I'm green like 200 after all of that, and then I should have just stopped. But I thought, then we got caught in this dump. I thought we were going to dump some more, or I thought we were going to bounce, and I gave some back. Then this, and then I lost control. Then I went full tilt instead of controlling myself. I should have stopped when I was up 200 because I was happy. Like I was trading one at a time. I got this one up 300. I got this one up 470. I'm like, okay, this one's turn. This one was up 200. I should have been happy with that because that had me at 1,100 overall. I had me at 1,000 overall. That had me at 51,000 on day 3. That's pretty fucking good, right? But no, I couldn't fucking stop. I couldn't control myself, and then I lost control, right? And then this stuff like this started happening. I was getting yo-yoed, and then I finally was like pissed, and I was like, I think I was in 4 contracts here, got like $160. Get stopped out because it started going the other way, and I knew it was gonna fucking pop. But what do? I go in short the same amount, and it fucking popped, and I lost all this fucking money right here. Look at that, because I lost control. You see that? 4.8. I added halfway through, and that was basically the beginning of the end. And then at that point, I had to start trading minis, and even that wasn't working for me. And I knew the account was smoked. I knew it was going to be smoked. It wasn't smoked yet. I don't even remember smoking it myself, actually, when I got down to like $75 in my fucking trailing max drawdown. That's all I had left. Now, after trading micros, not minis, sorry. Got to remember to say that they're micros, those little tiny ones that are 1/10. The 1/10 of a lot. So anyway, 1/10 of a mini are micros. So then I went and got this fucking this eval right here, and now I got that one over. So that one was pretty easy to get over. I was trading 5. I think trading 5 at a time is easier than waiting for that 15-point move with 10, because you could mess up, like you could be wrong on a move in a trade and lose money on the position, but you don't nuke the account. You don't blow through your trailing max drawdown. So 5 is a really good number, because you could, every point is $100. So I just made a series of trades and then I got it over. Is that what got it over? I think that was what got it over. That was the last trade. And then boom, that was it. So now, yeah, I fucked this one up. If you made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. But yeah, that was unfortunate. I apologize. I don't know what happened. Someone flipped a switch. It was the government. The government flipped a switch on me to make me fuck up again. Maybe it was Apex. Apex brought out the puppet. What do they call those things? I forgot what they're called, from like Indiana Jones, where they have the doll and they were stabbing the knives in it, and then Indiana Jones would feel it. They were like putting the needle in it, and he was like, oh, from the Temple of Doom. That's what Apex did to me. And then I went back to nuking accounts, and I nuked that one like a fucking idiot. But anyway, whatever. This one, I maintained my strategy. I followed my strategy of, watching the pivot points, the orb, the VWAP or VWAP. I mean, those right there. And I took my moving averages off just to show you guys, but there was a lot of stuff going on. Sometimes I feel like I don't even need the moving averages when I'm using that, but on the smaller time frames, it definitely helps. I mean, the moving averages are great, because to get to 200 and 300 and like crazy things happen around there, especially on like the smaller time frames. You got on the 1 minute, look, bounce right off the 8. Those, look, it's just riding along the 8. Got under the 34 for a minute, bounced off of that. So, but I don't know, I like the 200 and 300 on the 5 minute weren't in play at all, because the market dumped at open on the Qs. On the NQs, maybe it was more in play, but not really. I'm really loving the VWAP, pivot points, and the orb. The orb is my favorite, but now that I have these others, they kind of support each other. They kind of work together. And like, I waited for moves to happen. I was like, it's eventually gonna get over the top orb and hit the pivot point, which was above it. And sure enough, it fucking did. And I made money on that move. I made money on all the moves about having to do with those three, whether it was VWAP, the upper lower bands, the actual VWAP in the middle, and the pivot points and the orb. Like, it was money. And then I went off script. It's like, the VooDoo doll. And then Apex pulled out the VooDoo doll for ZeroDayJay, stuck me with the needle, flipped the switch on me, and then I fucking went completely off script, off strategy with this account. And I went full tilt, lost control. So anyway, long story short, these two are in fucking great shape. This one's on day 3 as well. Just working it up, because I can't get it. I can't pull money. I can't ask for money today from Apex. I have to wait until the 15th to 20th time frame. So, this one's unfortunate, but I replaced it with this one. And then if I go to the calendar, will that one make the cut in terms of the next withdrawal period? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. I will fall in the withdrawal period, assuming I can get it where it needs to be. So I don't fucking do anything stupid. And even if I do start losing, then it's like, okay, take a step back and wait for the next setup. Or don't trade anymore. Call it a day in that account, right? Go go for a walk, a lap around the house. Go pet the dogs. Go do anything, right? Go annoy your wife. Anything to get you away from the computer, so you don't do what I did here, right? And so many other fucking times. I mean, so we got 44, 45, 46. So that's my 44th account that I've nuked. And I'll have my 47th account. So anyway, all in all, I'll take today as a positive. Because I could have went back in and did that to these, and I didn't. These were already set. So once again, sorry if this is a longer video. I hope you made it this far. If you did, thank you for watching. And I appreciate you. And give a like, subscribe. Apex link is in the description below. Yada, yada, yada. I'll talk to you soon. I got to go make my Take Profit Trader video, which was also a doozy. All right. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great one.